Hey folks, walk with me. Well, a question came in, somebody trying to get into meditation, and basically saying, when I try to meditate, my body freaks out. They described it as the reaction that they would expect their body to have if they came face to face with a grizzly bear. They said their fists tighten, their throat tightens, they clench their jaw. They're just having all these bodily responses as though something like very imminently dangerous is happening. I will say something, and then I will say what I think is probably a better idea after. But let me start with your want to meditate. If you truly want to try to solve this in meditation, there is a whole body of work, no pun intended, on somatic healing, somatic meditation, somatic responses. Somatic meaning of the body. And you could look up ways to do like movement meditation. There's this idea of walking meditation. It's pretty common. If you want to do a simple one, I've talked about it several times on this playlist, but you can do something like walk very slowly, look down about 45 degrees at the ground in front of you, and as you step with your left foot and breathe in, you can think, thank you. And as you step with your right foot and breathe out, you can think, home. And it's this idea of thank you and I am home. There's many different ways. I've talked about other ones with doing thank you on the exhale and doing yes on the inhale. That's probably the first one that I put on this playlist. But something incorporating the body could make a lot more sense for you. And seeing if that helps shift things to do non-movement meditation. Another thing would be, my understanding is that traditionally, yoga was meant to or was crafted to be what you do before you meditate. And so you might want to look into doing a short yoga before sitting down to meditate. Maybe that will help do something to your body that will preserve some sense of safety, stability, calmness while you're trying to sit and meditate. There is also a whole series, you can find plenty of them on YouTube, that are trauma yogas, like short trauma yoga. If you look that up, I'm sure you'll get some. Trauma, because I don't know what your history is, but it sounds like there is some sort of like intense response that you're having that is not really reflective of what's happening at the moment, right? It's as though it's drawing on some prior thing or things and responding to those as though they're still happening or that there's still danger that they could happen. So maybe trauma yoga particularly would be helpful. Maybe you can find a 5-10 minute trauma yoga, do that, and then see if that helps you be able to sit in meditation. And maybe you set a short meditation timer. Maybe you set a 3-minute timer. Maybe you set a 90-second timer. Something like that to start with. So those would be my sort of like meditation-y based responses. My other response that I alluded to in the beginning is it was sort of what I was just talking about. This sounds to me like there might be a lot more going on here. Might be something much more deeply rooted that needs some addressing. And how you're able to go about that, is your determination to make. But if you're able to work with somebody, speak with somebody, get somebody with knowledge around if you know what those potential issues or past occurrences have been that could be eliciting such a fear-based or kind of flight or fight response that you seem to be having. Maybe you could talk to somebody about it. In the absence of that, maybe you can find some well-accredited videos or podcasts or books to consume, some kind of media, and try to address whatever that thing or those things are that are causing this response. But again, I have limited information here. It's just on the surface or on its face, that's what it sounds like to me. I don't know if it's true. You will know if it's true or not. If not, or if regardless you want to try to solve it in a meditation way, those things at the beginning there would be my 2 cents. All right, folks. Well, if you've walked along or watched this far, I certainly appreciate it. And as always, I will see you in the next video.